guys, wherever you may be. Today, making a Black Ops 6 tips and tricks video for you guys, giving you all my best pieces of advice for how to win every gunfight in Black Ops 6. Whether you are a not as good player, an average player, or above average player, or you're somebody who is a extremely competitive player on Black Ops 6. All these things can be used for every player at every skill range, including whether or not you play core or hardcore, or if you're also somebody who's a battle royale player. Without further ado, guys, let's get into this particular video. Now, the first big tip that I have for you guys is understanding your lobby and how this is going to help you with winning gunfights. The first thing is you want to feel out the lobby when you join a game. Getting a good read for how players are, the different levels, prestigious, things of that nature is really going to kind of tell you people's particular skill level. On top of that, if you find that the lobby that you're going to be joining into is too sweaty, or once you join into the game and you find out that it's really sweaty, definitely consider backing out to avoid ruining your KD. This is something I see a lot of players do. I'm someone who doesn't always do it just because I'm someone who doesn't like rage quitting matches. But if you're someone who cares about your stats, your KD, your win-loss ratio, it's definitely something for you to consider. The other thing I will say is that if you're dying to random encounters, whether it's from desync in the game or you're just not as fast as your enemy team, still stay in the game, learn enemy movements, try to counter that, see if you can do better. But if you can't, again, it's perfectly fine to back out of the lobby and just avoid yourself the head trauma of going against sweaty players. The second big tip that I have for you guys is choosing the right settings and the right attachments. Now, the right controller settings is really going to be important for you, whether it is with your sensitivity, with your button mapping, with your field of view, all of these kinds of things, and even more of the other settings that I've covered on the channel absolutely matter. It is crucial because based off of how your sensitivity is, how your button mapping is, and all these other factors, it really is going to determine how well of a player you are and also the kind of experience that you have in Black Ops 6. The other thing is that when it comes to attachments, you want to choose attachments that enhance your ADS speed, your sprint to fire time, and your recoil control. For instance, using certain foregrips, using things like rapid fire or overpressure bullets, or even long barrels, or stuff that improves your bullet velocity, is really going to help you out across the board. I run a lot of these attachments just because even though I am a skilled player and can run without them, it does give me a slight advantage over other players, especially in hardcore game modes like Domination or Hardpoint, and even on smaller maps like the face-off maps. The other thing that you also want to do is always center your crosshair where enemies are likely to appear. I can't tell you how many times in games where I have died because I'm either an inch off of somebody and they're perfectly on me, or I just am moving around the map too fast and not aiming directly at enemies. So you definitely want to be doing this. As far as techniques for shooting goes, you want to start shooting as you begin ADSing. You don't want to wait until you're fully aiming down sights. The reason why for this is because if you are just waiting until you are fully aiming down sights and an enemy comes around the corner, they're just going to outright kill you. So this is something that you really want to be focusing on. On top of that, you want to do jump shots for close range fights, drop shot for medium and long range fights. If you see that somebody is camping in their spawn and sniping, you really need to play around that and try to get out of their field of view as quick as possible. And on top of that, use sliding to break enemy camera angles, especially against low sensitivity players. If you're someone who's a sniper, this can definitely be a just nightmare for you, because if you're a sniper on a 1-1 sensitivity, or let's say even something crazy like a 15-15, like I've seen a lot of players do, you're going to have a lot of enemies who are using ARs, SMGs, that are going to be trying to break your field of view, disorient you. And again, for players that do play with ARs and SMGs, also again utilize this technique to break enemy camera angles and just have a better experience. Now, let's talk about positioning and movement. First off, you want to avoid staying in the same area for too long. You want to kill a few enemies and then reposition. And on top of that, you also don't want to go the same route. The reason why is because if somebody knows that they killed you going down a particular route on the map, whether it's going down a set of stairs, going down the middle, whatever the case may be, they're going to expect that you're going to go and do the exact same thing. It's human nature. We're doomed to repeat the things that we do not learn from. So if you change up your playstyle, reposition yourself, rethink your strategy going into that gunfight, then you're going to be able to catch that enemy off guard and thus have a better experience. The other thing too is you don't want to chase revenge kills. Enemies are likely going to be sitting on head glitches, camping, and will likely just kill you over and over and over again. Now, I don't always do this, and that's just because sometimes I want that revenge kill. I know that if I go for that revenge kill, I'm more likely to get it than if I don't, but it is something that you do need to consider. For me, 9 out of 10 times, though, I'm probably just going to go for it because I genuinely don't care. And then also, guys, you want to move strategically, use cover, and avoid running in the open. Whether you're playing on maps like Nuketown, whether you're playing on larger maps, whether you're someone who's back in the old days playing Black Ops 2, just for an example, there were so many maps that were wide open, and this is a problem even in Black Ops 6. There are a lot of maps that are just wide open, too many different angles to get killed from. Just avoid running in the open. Try to stay away from enemies that could easily kill you. And it's as simple as that. Along with that, you need to be focusing on map awareness. That means moving between head glitches for protection, whether this is on smaller maps, again, like the remake of Hijacked, or even maps like, for instance, Pit. I love head glitching, and I hate people who head glitch as well on this map because it is so hard sometimes to kill people, but because of that, you're also able to predict how people are going to play. And if people are prone to sitting on head glitches, you're going to be able to kill them. The other thing you want to do is stick to and close to walls and buildings to avoid being spotted as much as possible. And again, you want to predict enemy movements and pre-aim at common spots on the map where you're likely to see this. Or if you have an idea of how that player is going to play, then easily go for it. Many times as well, even in kill order, this is especially a big thing, is map awareness, is looking at how the HVT is moving across the map and figuring how close are you to that person. If there is one enemy, there's likely going to be one or two more in that general area, and it's as simple as that. And my last big tip that I have for you guys is reloading awareness. First, don't reload immediately. I know I do this all the time and I regret it sometimes, but if you reload after every kill, you're not waiting to see if more enemies appear. Now, obviously, if your bullets are completely out in your magazine and you automatically reload, that's an entirely different story. But only reload when necessary after 2 or 3 kills, or again when low on ammo, and also use cover while reloading so that way you don't get killed. And also, there are attachments like, for instance, Fast Mag, where you're able to swap magazines very quickly and not have to worry about being in a situation where you don't have ammo to go with. But ultimately, guys, hopefully all these tips and tricks gave you the best roadmap for how to be a better player in Black Ops 6, and again, to win every gunfight, to just have a better experience. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below, as well as if there's any tips that I didn't cover. But with that being said, guys, this is the end of the video. My name is Tristin, and I'll see all of you guys in the next one.